Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. The trend is your friend. It did the thing. What's that thing? We'll find out. Remember, unleash your trading instinct. This is definitely a must-watch video. We talked about three things yesterday that MRNA was going to do today. We had our options. We were foreseeing setups, and depending on the setup, we would take action on that particular setup. And before we get into the chart and all that stuff, just remember this is not financial advice. All of this is for trading and educational and entertainment purposes only. If you want more of that education and entertainment, you can join me on Patreon. Also, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment below. I love having conversations with you guys, in the comments below. So let's jump into yesterday's video to see exactly what we talked about and what actually happened today. So you saw there the third option, which is not my favorite to trade. You'll see in the chart here that that's exactly what happened today. Actually, is the setup that I don't like to trade, and it happened. And as you can see, I'm going to pull up the chart here. The drawings I did is still on there. So let's flip MRNA on the docket here, and you can see that line, and it did that exact move. Like, coincidentally, this is funny. It did that exact move from the low to the high. I drew it here. I'm like, this is going to go straight up, and it did. The other thing here is, the other thing that as a trader that you want to know is, let's take away these lines, is now we are above the breakup candle. Okay, we're above here. We've been closing here on a 5-minute, 15-minute hourly close repeatedly, building energy. This is a good setup for a continuation to 411. So what did we talk about in yesterday's video? We talked about there's a multi-day trend that's identified by this red line. I wasn't too sure where to put it, but obviously here was the correct line. If we came into this price, it would have been a buy zone. I need to get more comfortable with buying it here. That's going to go in my self-analysis. So in the Patreon, we do a lot of self-work, self-review, and we put costs associated to some behaviors that we do or don't do to understand how much money we're actually losing. And it really helps with correcting your behavior. And that's the setup right now. So what's going to happen Monday? Well, what could happen Monday, since we're just building up energy, we could literally something like this could happen because there's a weekend and the next market open, you has a few days off. We could potentially see, this would be the most annoying because this is not a setup that I do, but if we gap above 411, we would just rock it right to 433. That's possible. We can skip all of this resistance here, gap up, because we had these 2 days of building energy, and that's a potential. The next potential, this is the one that I would particularly trade. Remember, it's not financial advice. I'm explaining to you my strategy, but again, this is what we always look for, in our setups for day trades. When there's an open, we want a pullback to the close of the previous day, filling the gap, filling the white space. That is our entry to go long. So if we do gap up here at 407, 410, we want to see it immediately sell off to the close, wherever that close may be. It's not closed yet. So, we could be closing down here, but we want to see a high open. We want to sell off. We want to get in this zone. And then we're basically following this trend. So this is our guideline all the way up to 433. This is what we're using to trade. And like I explained in my previous video, if we, at any day, we gap below this trend line, we wait for that 15-minute breakdown candle, that would signal the setup to go short, and then we short somewhere halfway, right away. So, that's up to the trader's choice, of that breakdown candle. So that's the setup. Go check yesterday's video on gap trading. Moderna really explains what's going on here. I don't want to go over it over again. This is a really quick video just to show you that if you have some foresight and you understand different market setup, you can predict it. You can predict the different setups, and when they happen, you can take action on it. So if you saw, I laid it out for you. If it opened up down here, we would shoot straight up, and we did. And we did it twice, actually. So you got a double dip there. So if you're a savvy trader, if you like to take risk, and you know how these things shape up, then you can do it and you can profit off of it more than I did. So that's a lesson learned for me. Hopefully you learned something. Again, like, subscribe, comment below, and let's stay tuned and see where Moderna goes next. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.